Welcome back. Picture this: you're standing in your restaurant, staring at your dream. Maybe it's that second location you've been eyeing for 2 years, or a kitchen renovation that'll finally let you expand your menu, or that empty storefront next door with incredible potential. But there's a massive wall blocking your path. How do you actually pay for it all? Here's the thing that most restaurant owners miss: the problem usually isn't that funding doesn't exist. Restaurant financing options in 2026 are more abundant than ever. The real challenge? It's finding the right money for your specific situation. Not just any capital, but the perfectly tailored funding that matches your project, your timeline, your credit profile, and your vision. So let me walk you through the complete menu of restaurant financing options, what you need to have in place before you ask anyone for a single dollar, and how to match each funding source to its perfect purpose. So here's the million-dollar question that keeps restaurant owners up at night. With so many financing options out there, how do you choose the right one for the specific opportunity in front of you? You've got big plans, opening new locations, major renovations, buying that dream building, upgrading equipment. But every path seems to end in rejection, frustration, or terms that don't make sense. And the stakes couldn't be higher. Choose wrong, and you're stuck with crippling debt, strained cash flow, or you give away too much of your business. But choose right, and you're building an empire on solid financial ground. The secret that most owners miss? Not all restaurant financing options are created equal. Every funding choice carries consequences far beyond the check itself. The wrong loan can strain operations. The wrong investor can change the future of your company. The wrong timing can make a great expansion impossible. So this isn't about chasing money in the abstract. It's about matching capital to purpose. And here's the brutal gap that the research reveals. There's no single best restaurant financing option because every common choice breaks down in different ways. Traditional bank loans, they want predictability, pristine credit, collateral, and 2 years of spotless financials. Walk in as a restaurant operator and they'll treat you like a walking risk factor, even when your concept is thriving. SBA loans can unlock larger amounts with government backing, but you're looking at 60 to 90 days of paperwork purgatory. Lines of credit offer flexibility, but limits may be lower, rates can move, and lenders can tighten access exactly when you need it most. Investors can provide major capital, but that usually means giving up 20 to 40% ownership and accepting outside influence at your decision-making table. Even personal savings and family loans, while fast, create personal financial strain or relationship risk that can haunt you for years. So the gap isn't a lack of options. It's that restaurant owners face a messy landscape where the obvious solutions are incomplete, conditional, or expensive in ways that only reveal themselves later, which is exactly why we need a better framework. So what if, instead of trying to force fit your restaurant into some lender's rigid box, you built a customized financing strategy using a matching framework? That's exactly the approach that works. See, the breakthrough isn't finding one perfect solution. It's architecting the right combination for your unique situation. Start with the fundamentals. How much capital do you actually need? How quickly? What's the money specifically for? What does your credit profile look like? And how much control are you willing to give up? For massive projects like new locations or major renovations, six-figure investments, you're looking at bank loans, SBA programs, commercial real estate loans, or investor capital. But for smaller upgrades like equipment or POS systems, you need precision tools like equipment financing or lines of credit. If the funds are for a specific asset, use targeted financing. If the need is flexible and recurring, credit lines beat lump sum loans. And here's the critical part. The framework doesn't stop at choosing a source. It demands preparation first: organized financial statements, a clear project plan, realistic projections built on actual performance, not fantasy numbers. The approach is powerful. Diagnose the need, match the capital, and prove you're ready. Here's what the research reveals: 7 distinct pathways, each with radically different trade-offs. And each one becomes effective only when aligned with the right project. Bank loans offer those sweet low interest rates and predictable payments. Perfect for established operators with strong credit, but you'll need pristine financials and patience. SBA loans become your secret weapon with up to $5 million available and competitive rates thanks to government backing. But be ready for 60 to 90 days of paperwork. Commercial real estate loans let you build equity instead of burning money on rent, creating long term wealth through property ownership. Lines of credit give you incredible flexibility. Pay interest only on what you use, but watch for variable rates and the discipline needed to avoid overspending. Equipment financing covers 100% of your purchase with approval in as little as 48 hours because the asset itself is collateral. Perfect for that new oven, but useless for renovations. Crowdfunding validates your concept and builds community buzz simultaneously, but you're running a full marketing campaign while launching a restaurant. And venture capital can pour millions into concepts with multi-unit potential and repeatable economics, but you're giving up 20 to 40% ownership and inviting partners to your decision table. The finding is clear. Each tool serves a specific purpose, and success comes from using them precisely. But what does this actually look like in the real world? Let me paint you 4 scenarios that prove the power of matching capital to purpose. Sarah needs $400,000 for a second location. She uses an SBA 7A loan for the build-out because her credit is solid and she can wait 60 days, secures a commercial real estate loan for the property to build equity, and maintains a line of credit for operating cushion. Total preparation time, 4 months, but her interest rate is under 7% and she keeps full ownership. Meanwhile, Marcus just needs $35,000 for a new pizza oven and POS system. Equipment financing approves him in 48 hours, covers 100% of costs, and his payments match the equipment's lifespan. Then there's Priya, who lands a massive corporate catering contract but needs $20,000 up front for ingredients and labor. PO financing bridges that gap using her client's excellent credit, not hers, turning an impossible opportunity into pure profit. And for Jamal's full dining room renovation, he combines a bank loan for the major construction with a line of credit for the inevitable surprises. The implications are profound. Well-chosen financing preserves working capital, smooths cash flow, supports expansion, and can even create long-term wealth. But poorly chosen funding locks you into obligations you can't comfortably carry. This isn't just about access to cash. It's about designing growth responsibly. Now we reach the resolution, the paradigm shift that changes everything. See, the research proves that financing success isn't about having the best credit score or the biggest down payment. It's about preparation and strategic thinking. Successful restaurant financing isn't about taking whatever capital is available first. It's about architecting a financing mix that matches the structure of your business and the nature of your opportunity. Before you ask anyone for a dime, you need 3 things locked and loaded. First, pristine financials. Profit and loss statements for the past 2 to 3 years, balance sheets that actually balance, cash flow statements showing where every dollar flows, and recent bank statements. If your books are a mess, stop right there and fix it with a restaurant-aware accountant, because nothing kills credibility faster than disorganized financials. Second, a bulletproof plan. Not just I want a second location, but where exactly, when, how much, detailed site selection rationale, build-out costs broken down to the dollar, staffing plans with org charts, and a realistic timeline with milestones. Third, stress-tested projections. Show what happens if things go well, if they go as expected, and if they underperform by 20%. If you're projecting 30% profit margins when the industry runs 3 to 9%, you've lost all credibility instantly. The resolution is powerful. Proper preparation doesn't just improve your chances, it transforms the conversation from begging for money to presenting a compelling investment opportunity. That preparation itself becomes your competitive advantage. So here's your call to action. Financing your restaurant's growth isn't a desperate search for money. It's a strategic process of matching the right capital to your specific situation and timing. Bank loans, SBA programs, commercial real estate loans, lines of credit, equipment financing, PO financing, crowdfunding, venture capital, and personal resources, they all have their perfect place in your growth story when used with precision and intention. The key is matching each funding need to the option best suited for that exact purpose and your current business profile. Remember Sarah, who combined the SBA with real estate loans and a credit line for her location? Marcus, with his lightning fast equipment financing? Priya, leveraging PO financing to land that game changing catering contract? They all succeeded because they matched the tool to the job and came prepared. Your next step is simple but critical. Get your financials buttoned up with a restaurant savvy accountant. Build a detailed plan with realistic projections that include stress test scenarios, and start researching which 3 or 4 financing options actually fit your timeline, project size, and risk tolerance. Don't wait for the perfect opportunity to appear. Prepare now, so when it does, you're ready to seize it with the right capital strategy and unshakable confidence. The restaurant owners who win aren't the ones with the most money. They're the ones who know exactly how to find the right money at the right time for the right purpose. Now, go build your empire, one smart financing decision at a time. Like and subscribe for more helpful video like this. Connect with Forks for the experienced accounting professionals your restaurant needs. Details in description below.